The Senate will come back to order. The Senate will come back to order. Please, all senators, take your seats. Well, it's certainly great to see everybody here today. I know that we've got a lot of hard work in front of us in a very compressed timeline, but I wanted to take this opportunity to thank so many folks amongst the Senate staff, the Lieutenant Governor's staff, and all of your teams for us getting here today. Obviously, there's continued protocol that we're continuing to make sure is in place through these difficult times. I also want to take some time to thank Georgia Tech for continuing to facilitate the surveillance testing. I think it's continued. I think we all saw the value of it last session, and certainly through this period of time. So first and foremost, just want to thank everybody for getting us here today. And last but not least, I want to thank the Atlanta Braves for winning the World Series last night. Long time coming. At this time, I'd like to recognize the senator from the 48th to introduce to us our Doctor of the Day. We're reacquainting ourselves with the Doctor of the Day process. It's been a long time since we've had this opportunity. First time.
Thank you so much. Yes, we are reacquainting ourselves. Thank you, Mr. President. So I'm here to introduce our Doctor of the Day from Senate District 48, Dr. Kalpana Prasad. Dr. Prasad attended medical school at King George Medical College in Lucknow, India. After medical school, she moved to England, where she completed her British psychiatry residency with All Birmingham Hospital System. And after she moved to the US, she completed her US-based psychiatry residency with Drexel University in Philadelphia. While she was in Philadelphia, Dr. Prasad held various roles, beginning as a medical director at a women's mental health unit, inpatient and outpatient director, clinical director, and then the city-appointed psychiatry consultant. I think this is a very impressive CV that she has, and I really appreciate the attention to mental health as an important issue. After living and working in Philadelphia, she came here to Atlanta, where she worked at the Atlanta VA Medical Center and became faculty with Emory University School of Medicine, where she supervised the outpatient resident clinic. Dr. Prasad also became active with the Ronald McDonald House suicide awareness programs and has worked alongside agencies that provide support to abused women. She's the immediate past president of Indo-American Psychiatric Association of Georgia and serves as a member of the Board of Trustees with the Georgia Psychiatric Physicians Association. Dr. Prasad was also recently nominated to the class of the Georgia Physicians Leadership Academy, of which I am also an alumnus. And in September of 2020, Dr. Prasad began her new role at the newly appointed program director of the planned psychiatry residency at Northeast Georgia Medical Centers. So congratulations to Dr. Prasad on that. In her personal life, Dr. Prasad lives with her family in Johns Creek, Georgia, the incredibly vibrant and diverse community of Johns Creek, and she enjoys boating and gardening and going for hikes with her husband, Rajiv, and her dog, Romeo. Good dog name. She has 2 kids. Her son is a medical student at the Miller School of Medicine in Miami, and her daughter is a freshman in high school. You must be incredibly proud of them. Thank you so much, Dr. Prasad, for being here.
I'm Kalpana Prasad. I promise I won't take much time. I just wanted to thank you all for taking the effort to improve and make Georgia healthcare, hopefully, the shining star for America. I am representing 20 northeastern counties, including Hall County from Northeast Georgia Medical Center, and I'm very proud to say that we will be training 24 new doctors in the psychiatry residency program. And with COVID, as you know, addiction and mental health and women's care has been a prime thing, and that's what I'm here for. So thank you all for doing the fantastic work you do, and go Braves.
All right, let's take up our next order of business, which will be the adoption of the rules of the Senate for this special session specifically. The Secretary will read a communication from my office regarding returning the Senate to regular order.
To all senators and Senate staff from Jeff Duncan, November 2nd, 2021, regarding return to regular order. On the first day of the 2021 regular session, the General Assembly convened in the midst of a declared public health emergency due to COVID-19. Due to the nature of the state of emergency, the Senate unanimously adopted a motion to suspend a number of Senate rules that affected the normal operations of the Senate and, in some instances, restricted access to the Senate. As we begin the 2021 special session, the state of emergency has been lifted and vaccines are readily available to those who want them. In light of the change in circumstances and pursuant to the order of the Senate, unanimously adopted on January 11, 2021, I'm happy to report that the Senate is now able to return to regular order. This means that all rules of the Senate are reinstated. As a result, you will see the following changes during the 2021 special session. First, the 60-second clock will be used to record your vote. Senate Rule 5-1.5. 2, senators must seek recognition from their desk. Senate Rule 8-1.1. 3, the press gallery will be reopened to the press. Senate Rule 9-1.9. 4, the public gallery will be reopened to the public. Senate Rule 9-1.16 and 9-1.9. 5, members will be required to attend committee meetings. Senate Rule 2-3.3 A and B. And 6, personnel and guests are permitted on the floor. Senate Rule 9-1.10. I look forward to working with each of you to make this a productive special session. That completes the order, Mr. President.
Thank you. Will the Secretary now read Senate Resolution 1EX?
Senate Resolution 1EX by Senator Miller, the 49th, and others, a resolution adopting the rules of the Georgia Senate for the 2021 special session of the General Assembly and for other purposes.
Chair recognizes the Majority Leader for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask for unanimous consent that Senate Resolution 1 Echo X-ray be engrossed.
The Majority Leader has moved that Senate Resolution 1 Echo X-ray be engrossed. Is there objection? Is there objection? There is objection. There is objection. She objected first. Would the Majority Leader like to speak to his motion? He waives. Would the Minority Leader like to speak to her objection? She waives. Does any other senator wish to speak? Chair recognizes the senator from the 26th. Great to see you. Chair recognizes the senator from the 26th. Would you like to come to the well or speak from your desk?
Either.
The chair recognizes you to speak from the well.
First of all, he didn't explain what y'all were doing. The other thing, my understanding is that you will not be able to amend the map, that you will have to introduce a substitute. Is that correct?
This is a motion to engross the rules.
Well, my problem is if you engrossing them and you've drawn the maps, then you can't amend the map. This is a different topic. Well, can you come up here and explain what you're doing there?
The chair invites the senator from the 26th to spend some time with the Majority Leader on the side. Is there any other senator wish to speak for or against the motion? The question's on the motion of the Majority Leader to engross Senate Resolution 1, Echo X-ray. All those in favor of the motion will vote yea. Opposed, nay. The Secretary will unlock the machine. David, he's coming over here. Tyler, I heard you laugh. You got the Echo X right there. On the motion, the yeas are 33, the nays are 20, and the motion has prevailed, and Senate Resolution 1EX is engrossed. Mr. Secretary, will you please read Senate Resolution 1EX?
Senate Resolution 1EX by Senator Miller of the 49th and others, a resolution adopting the rules of the Georgia Senate of the 2021 special session of the General Assembly of Georgia and for other purposes. That completes the order, Mr. President.
Chair recognizes the Majority Leader to speak to the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I appreciate my good friend with some questions about this this resolution we got. All we're doing in this resolution, since it's a special session, we don't have a fixed number of days. We set the Senate rules to mirror what the last 5 days are in a regular session with how bills flow. That's what this does.
You have no questions.
I yield the well.
Does any other senator wish to speak for or against the resolution? The chair sees none. Is there objection to the previous question being ordered? The chair hears none, and the previous question is ordered. For what purpose does the senator from the 42nd rise?
I'd like to ask for unanimous consent to excuse the senator from the 33rd from this vote, from business outside the Capitol.
Without objection, the senator from the 33rd is excused. The question is on the adoption of Senate Resolution 1EX. All those in favor of the resolution will vote yea. Opposed, nay. The secretary will unlock the machine. Okay, so maybe I'm not with you. Yeah, this does feel like an eternity. 60 seconds is much longer than what it feels like we normally. We thought we were getting them all this time. We're actually speeding up. We ought to make this like a pop. For what purpose does the senator from the 26th rise?
Parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Is this the particular act that we talking about that will not allow you to amend the bill on the floor?
This is a cumulative vote on the rules for this special session. There's lots of nuances and elements of those rules.
Mr. Governor, isn't it true that passing this would not allow a member to amend the redistricting plan, which means that if you amended it and got it passed, that they would have to go back to the table and get the figures right during the district?
Senator Lucas, or Senator from the 26th, that's for each and every member to decide for themselves as to what the process and how they work the committee process. So I would encourage you to continue to read the rules and vote accordingly.
So in other words, you pass a rule with no impunity, which means that I got to substitute an entire bill.
I don't have a vote in the matter.
Mr. Governor, you are the leader of the Senate. You will decide which way or the other.
I announced the votes. I don't have two buttons up here to vote yes or no. Do you have any further questions?
It wouldn't do me any good.
Thank you, sir. On the adoption of the resolution, the yeas are 34, the nays are 19, and Senate Resolution 1EX is adopted. Secretary will read a resolution.
Senate Resolution 2EX by Senator Miller of the 49th and others, a resolution to notify the House of Representatives that the Senate has convened and for other purposes. That completes the order.
Does the Majority Leader wish to speak to the motion, to the resolution? He waives. Does any other senator wish to speak to the resolution? The chair hears none. The question is on the adoption of Senate Resolution 2EX. Is there objection to adoption of the resolution? The chair hears none, and the resolution is adopted. Secretary will read another resolution.
Senate Resolution 3EX by Senator Miller of the 49th and others, a resolution to notify the governor that the General Assembly has convened and for other purposes. That completes the order.
Does the Majority Leader wish to speak to the resolution? Does any other senator wish to speak to the Senate Resolution 3EX? The chair recognizes. For what purpose does the Minority Leader rise?
We don't have a copy on our desk of this particular resolution.
I've been informed by the Secretary that this resolution, and they can get you a copy, is just a letter to inform the governor that we are starting our special session. We can certainly get you a copy of the letter. Does any other senator wish to speak for or against the resolution? The chair sees none. The question is on the adoption of Senate Resolution 3EX. Is there objection to adoption of the resolution? The chair hears none, and the resolution is adopted. At this time, I'd like to appoint the following senators as a committee of notification. The President Pro Tem, Senator from the 15th, the Dean of the Senate, the Majority Leader, the Minority Leader, senators from the 8th, 45th, and 50th. I would ask that all the members of the Committee of Notification meet the Secretary of the Senate in the back of the chamber immediately upon adjournment today. He's decided to meet at the front instead of the back. All right, at this time, all senators who have bills or resolutions to introduce, please bring them forward to the Secretary's desk at this time. Mr. Secretary, first reading of Senate bills and resolutions, please.
Senate Bill 1EX by Senator Kennedy of the 18th and others, a bill to be entitled an act to provide for the composition and number of state senatorial districts, to provide for a short title, to provide for when members of the Senate elected shall take office, to provide for the continuation of present senatorial districts until a certain time, to provide that the provisions of this act shall supersede and replace a districting plan and certain changes thereto, to provide for related matters, to provide an effective date, repeal specific acts, to repeal conflicting laws, and for other purposes. That completes the order.
Reapportionment and redistricting.
Senate Bill 2EX by Senator Kennedy of the 18th and others, a bill to be entitled an act to provide for the composition and number of congressional districts, to provide for a short title, to provide when such representatives shall take office, to provide for continuation of present congressional districts until a certain time, to provide for related matters, provide an effective date, repeal the specific act, repeal conflicting laws, and for other purposes.
Reapportionment and redistricting.
That completes the order, Mr. President.
Are there any unanimous consents? The chair hears none. Does any senator wish to rise on a point of personal privilege? The chair recognizes our distinguished and honorable Rules Chairman for a point of personal privilege. Something must have happened to you since you walked in the room.
Mr. President, members of the Senate, my friends, I want to thank every one of you for all the kindness you've given me after you heard about my injury. I ruptured my Achilles tendon completely back in May. I was playing basketball with Charles Barkley, and, oh, come on. You don't believe that? Now, to be honest with you, I was vacuuming my truck in Summerville, Georgia. I stepped on the vacuum hose, extended my Achilles tendon, and ruptured it in two. So I was in a wheelchair for 3 months, a walker, and now I'm with a boot, and now I'm in a cane and regular shoes. But I want to thank you. It's been an eye-opening experience to be unable to do anything for a few months. You get to reevaluate yourself, and if I was grading myself, it may not be a pleasant grade. So I hope that I can be of service to each and every one of you throughout our next session, regular session, and please call on me if I can. But thank you for your prayers and your encouragement and your inspiration. Mr. President, I yield the well.
Great to see us, Mr. Rules Chairman. You forgot to use your cane on the way back. Chair recognizes the senator from the 35th from her desk for a point of personal privilege.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Senators, I want to just take a moment to thank each and every one of you for your prayers, for your many calls and acts of kindness, the flowers, because most of you know that January 20th I got a call after taking the COVID test 6 times here in this building, and I was negative, but then that day they said, don't come back. So I said, I don't have COVID. The next day I couldn't get out of the bed. The ambulance had to come and get me. I couldn't even get to the door. And I spent 4 months in the hospital and 2 months in a nursing home. But I'm back. By the grace of God and the kindness and all of the encouragement from all of you, I am almost 199%. Almost. Because I have one knee. I had double knee replacement during this time. And I have one knee that doesn't know it's my knee yet. It still think it's a piece of metal. So hopefully, Mr. Chairman and senators, I won't be in your way too much, but I will be hopefully walking and running. And once I get the power back in this knee, I will challenge any of you to run up and down the steps like Rocky did. So thank you, Mr. President, and thank you everyone from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it.
Great to see you back in the chamber. Chair recognizes the senator from the 56th for a point of personal privilege.
Thank you, Mr. President. August of last year, my older son was rushed to the hospital, and the doctors told me something you never want to hear. Your child's organs are all shutting down, and we don't know whether he's going to make it through the night. It was the toughest moment of my life, and we found out the next morning that my 24-year-old at the time had to immediately be put on dialysis. It was heartbreaking, but at least he was alive. And then through the grace of God and through the wonderful doctors at Emory Hospital University Transplant Center, I heard the greatest words of my life in June. You are a perfect match to donate a kidney to your son. And just a few weeks later, on July the 21st of this year, I was able to do that and give my left kidney to my son, Will, who now, we just celebrated his 26th birthday. He is doing perfectly fine. And I just want to thank each and every one of you, the calls, the cards, the text messages, the feedback from people in this building, throughout the state, and candidly all over the world was both humbling and overwhelming. And I just want to say this. Earlier this year, I saw some of the worst of humanity in March. And then I saw some of the best in it. So we're going to go through days where we'll see ups and downs, and you never know what the person next to you is going through. So I would just like to say, let's all just remember why we're here. It's the service to each other, and most importantly, it's the service to God, who gave a miracle to me and my family. Thank you so much.
Chair recognizes the senator from the 34th for a point of personal privilege. Who are you cheering for in the World Series?
I'd rather keep it on. Thank you very much. Can you all hear me with my mask on? LG, members of the Senate, I rise to share. I am 6 generations Georgians, and I am so proud to have been a Grady baby where we could just walk from here over to where I was born. And I rise just to say, we're World Series champions. I mean, my grandkids can see where they were born. We are World Series champions, and I was there in '95. Thank you. I yield the will.
Spring training's only a few months away. Are there any motions to withdraw and commit? For what purpose does the senator from the 53rd rise?
Parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Isn't it true I forgot to tell you something?
That probably happens often, but go ahead, sir.
Well, since the senator from the 34th just mentioned, I will have a resolution I'd like for everybody to sign commending the World Series champion Braves. It's not quite ready yet, but I'll get it to everybody. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for the reminder. Is there any motions to withdraw and commit? The chair sees none. The chair recognizes the majority leader for a motion.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate stand adjourned until 10 a.m. on Thursday, 4 November 2021.
Mr. Secretary, do you have any announcements?
The Senate Reapportionment and Redistricting Committee will meet at 1 o'clock in room 450. Senate Public Safety Committee will meet in Mez 1 at 1 o'clock. The Senate Age and Mandatory Education Study Committee will meet at 3 o'clock in 307 CLOB. That completes the order, Mr. President.
The majority leader has moved that the Senate stand adjourned until 10 a.m. on Thursday, November 4th, 2021. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the Senate is adjourned. Thank you.